This is Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, and I'm here to bring you this week's report of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce. Now, you wonder if you're new to me, before I ask you to like, share, comment this video, and subscribe to this channel, let me tell you why I share this information every week. Well, it was many, many years ago. I was super excited. I was getting ready to purchase a piece of property. The seller was excited. They were getting ready to get the proceeds from selling their property. I had signed loan documents. I go to work hours later and I find out that myself and 399 other people were getting laid off that day. You can only imagine the devastation. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm buying this house. I don't have a job. I'm not going to be able to pay this mortgage. I get on the phone. I call my mortgage broker at the time. I call my real estate broker at the time. And I said, look, I don't have a job. You can't fund this loan. Now, I was thankful and grateful that I was able to unravel the transaction. And so they didn't fund the loan. I didn't get the house. But the bad thing about it was I lost money, right? I didn't get my deposit back. If you've ever purchased a piece of property, once you sign your loan documents, for the most part, you've probably removed all your contingencies. You're in it to the end, right? So I didn't get my deposit back. The money that I spent on appraisal and home inspection and all of that, I didn't get that back. And so there's a couple of reasons why I share this information. One is, what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? Like, what would you do differently? Would you not buy that new house or that new car? Would you not go on that lavish vacation or shopping spree? Would you refinance, maybe pay off some bills, get some money, a nest egg in your account to kind of see you through that rough patch? What would you do differently if there was a possibility of you might get laid off, right? And then the second thing is, um, would you dust off your resume, right? Or start that new business, kind of put fillers out there, dust off your resume, send it out and see if there's other people that are hiring in your field. So that's one of the reasons why I share the information. The second reason is I want you to know that you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. Like, I literally have been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. So it doesn't matter if you lost your house due to it. If you've lost household income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, or layoff, I have good news for you. There are options available. The key thing is they're not automatic. Okay. They're not going to knock down your door trying to help you. But if you've experienced a loss of household income due to any one of those factors, feel free to reach out to me. You can visit my website at modifymenow.com, or the absolute best way to get a hold of me is by dialing 714-914-7254. Again, that's 714-914-7254. Now, before we get started, I want to share with you what I was able to help my client be able to obtain. Just a moment. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, why does this look a little different? I'm like things that look different. Let me see. Hmm. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let me share what I was able to help one of my clients obtain. I'm going to give it a few seconds to catch up. And hopefully you can see my screen. So here we are. This client had Aquin Loan Servicing. And if you look over here to the right, I'm going to highlight it. Their mortgage statement, their mortgage payment prior to hiring me was $1,952.26. It did include principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. They had a 3% adjustable rate mortgage. So their payment was going up again and again and again, right? And I think it maxed out at like 6% or something. I was able to come in, modify their mortgage payment. I was able to get them a modified payment down to $1,651.94. It did include principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And the interest rate is 2.4997%, and that's fixed. So listen, that principal interest payment did not change. It was fixed. And so I saved them over $300 a month and an annual savings over $3,600 a year. So those are some of the things that the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide is doing for her clients. And I'm ready to do that for you too. So again, if you say, you know what, Lacy, I've already experienced a loss of income, I already know, I don't need to listen to the entire video. Share the information, and then better yet, reach out to me. Give me a call. Again, that number is 714-914-7254. Now, I'm getting ready to share this week's list. California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce. We've received their notice and processed them between December 5th and December 11th. Now, I give this information. I'm going to give you the name of the company that's laying off. I'm going to give you the date they're laying off. I'm going to let you know if that layoff is permanent, if it's temporary, if they're closing. I'm going to let you know how many, and I'm also going to let you know the location. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to give you the companies in alphabetical order. So let's just say I passed the letter that your company starts with, but you've been hearing whispers at the office and you're not sure. Feel free to go look at my other videos. Your company may have already, I may have already shared that information about your company. Okay, so let's get started. Here we go. Now, thankfully, the list is not too long, but you know what? One person getting laid off is one person too many. And so we pray that God gives them employment sooner than later, that it's more than they were making before, and that He just blesses them abundantly so they can be able to take care of their family. Okay, so here we go. On March 28th, Corteva AgriScience LLC is laying off 3 people at 901 Lover Ridge Road in Pittsburgh, California, that is. Remember, these are all California companies. Okay, January 26th, DMSI is laying off permanently 9 people at 3501 Zachary Avenue in Shafter. You have January 26th, DMSI is laying off permanently 528 people at 2801 Zachary Avenue in Shafter. January 26th, DMSI is laying off permanently 4 people at 24103 San Michelle Road in Moreno Valley. January 26th, DMSI is laying off permanently 493 people at 3404 Indian Avenue in Paris. You have January 26th, DMSI laying off permanently 581 people at 17800 Paris Boulevard in Moreno Valley. You have January 26th, DMSI laying off permanently 28 people at 17350 Paris Boulevard in Moreno Valley. You have February 1st. Pharaoh's United Inc. is closing permanently. They're laying off 160 people at 11099 South La Cienega Boulevard, Suite 152 in Los Angeles. You have February 1st. Pharaoh's Unlimited Inc. is closing permanently. They're laying off 11 people at 3883 West Century Boulevard in Inglewood. February 7th, GXO Logistics Supply Chain is closing permanently. They're laying off 25 people at 2163 South Riverside Avenue in Holton. February 28th, Lula's Fashion Lounge is closing permanently. They're laying off 83 people at 2812 Hegan Lane in Chico. January 23rd, Mountain Valley Express LLC is laying off permanently 6 people at 651 Sandoval Way in Hayward. January 23rd, Mountain Valley Express LLC is laying off permanently 23 people at 46 85 Pure Enterprises Way in Jurupa Valley. We have January 23rd, Mountain Valley Express LLC laying off permanently 19 people at 1406 South Cucamonga Avenue in Ontario. January 23rd, Mountain Valley Express is laying off permanently 19 people at 1019 Bessemer Avenue in Manteca. January 23rd, Mountain Valley Express LLC is laying off permanently 7 people at 827 North American Street in Visalia. February 7th, Safeway is closing permanently. They're laying off 112 people at 1335 Webster Street in San Francisco. February 21st, the Boeing Company is laying off permanently 4 people at 199 South Wolf Avenue in Edwards. February 21st, the Boeing Company laying off permanently 13 people at 900 North Pacific Coast Highway in El Segundo. You have February 21st, the Boeing Company laying off permanently 5 people at 1500 Columbia Way, East Avenue M in Palmdale. February 21st, the Boeing Company laying off permanently 26 people at 4000 North Lakewood Boulevard in Long Beach. February 21st, the Boeing Company laying off permanently 4 people at 14441 Astronautics Lane in Huntington Beach. Last but not least, February 21st, the Boeing Company laying off permanently 7 people at 2201 Seal Beach Boulevard in Seal Beach. That is the end of this week's report of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce where we received and processed their notice between December 5th and December 11th. Now, remember, if you have experienced a loss of income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, or layoff, I want you to pick up the phone and call me on number 714-914-7254. Feel free to visit my website at modifymenow.com, or you can follow me on all social media platforms at Go Lacy Robertson. That's Lacy without an E and Robertson with a T. Now, I'm Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. I look forward to working with you and for you. And until then, I want you to have a blessed day.